Hello, it's Richard here. Hi, thanks for those who have subscribed to my channel. Really appreciate that. As you remember, I'm just doing this for a bit of fun. Hardly going to be an influencer or a megastar, but it's just for fun. So thank you. And there's lots of views on my different things as well, which I appreciate. So today is this. It's a Harley Benton ST-20 HSS, the matte black mean machine looking one. I bought this for a couple of reasons. Let's move it up a tiny bit. I bought this for a couple of reasons. The first was I had an ST-20 HSS before, Harley Benton, that I bought direct from Thomann. Wasn't this mean looking one, it was maple neck, fretboard and, and it was red. But the fret ends were so sharp it was unplayable. The nut was terrible, the pickups didn't really have much difference between them. It was just a dog. So I wondered whether this would be any better. And also I thought it'd be good to have another guitar, so we'll end up drop tuning this and just using it to learn to play metal things. So, but no, if I look at it, you see it's pretty. It's matte black. It picks up finger marks and muck, and I dare say that if I kept it for a period of time, that matte black will end up with shiny spots or scratches. So it's not the most tough of finishes. You can actually see just up here, look, by the truss rod, even adjusting the truss rod has taken a bit of paint finish off. Speaking of the headstock, I'm not that big fan of the Harley Benton sort of strat style headstocks, but this black one seems to disguise its slightly ugly shape. So that's a good thing. It's got black tuners on there, which are not very good, as you would expect for a guitar costing £66 English. You see the tuners on the old Squier, those hexagon ones, which are also horrible. Usually, or you would expect the ones of this kind of shape, they're a tiny sort of upgrade, if you like, on those hexagon ones, but actually these aren't. Some of them are stiff, some of them are loose, not very good. The nut, which you can't see on this camera well enough, is black plastic, so it fits in with the guitar, but it's not cut particularly well, so that's not great. But again, cheap guitar, what do you expect? It's been hardtailed. It came with a vibrato arm, or it has come with one, but you're never going to be able to use it like that. Probably not a bad thing though. I don't think you'd be out of tune in no time. So that's not a bad thing. The knobs are all pretty firm and they work well, so I like that. That's a good thing. It came out of the box action a bit high. I've made some adjustments to it, still not ideal, but it's a little bit high. It's a full thickness body though. You know, a lot of Strat people get the knickers in a twist about whether it's a 39, 40mm body like the Affinities and Bullet Strats, or whether it's a 44 like a real Strat. But this is real Strat thickness. The neck, it's worth noting that whilst it's a C shape, so you'll be familiar with that if you're a Strat player, it's about the same kind of girth and thickness of a standard Strat, but it is almost a 14-inch radius fretboard, so very, very different feel that. So a bit more difficult for chord playing down here, especially if you're a beginner or an intermediate. It's a bit more tricky. It's allegedly better for bends, being a flatter fretboard, but that said, my Squier Strat, which is 9.5 inch, is set up perfectly and it bends easier than this actually, but that's just a thing. One thing I've noted, the frets, they're listed as medium jumbo, and I don't think they are. Having had 70 odd guitars now, 15 Harley Bentons and a shed load of Strats amongst those, these frets are definitely jumbo in my book. In fact, when I've been playing it and doing slides, I've noticed that I've had to change my finger pressure because I've been almost getting stuck on the frets because they're so much bigger and chunkier. So I'd say they're jumbo frets. Incidentally, I've picked guitar up on and off for donkey's years. I only really committed this year to playing a bit more frequently and trying to be a bit better. So I am no guitar virtuoso, but like I say, I've had lots of guitars, and so I got a good appreciation of comparison of one to another. So before we go through a few little tones then, the takeaway things to note. If you buy this from Thomann and you're in the UK, it's now subject to VAT and import costs. So the £66 cost of this guitar is now nearly £90, which is a shame. In terms of the guitar itself, tuners, yeah, if you're going to keep the guitar, you want to replace those, I think. There's another YouTube guy, Wes, really nice guy, long dark hair. He shows you how to do that because he's got this guitar. The nut on this one's not good, so that would ideally need replacing. Again, not an absolute disaster. If you're just playing at home, you're just starting out in life, fine. But if you're going to keep it, you'd want to replace those. And the final thing I just want to say about the fretboard, this is Blackwood, which I've had before on an SC400. I don't like it. Personal preference, I suppose. It seems to really pick up dust and muck really quickly, and although it's like super super dark now, and it looks pretty nice, and the frets themselves look like they've been polished too, so that's good. But this, yeah, if it's sat out, it picks up dust, it gets mucky really quickly, which I don't like. That's just a small thing. Anyway, the amp is a Blackstar V2, and I've got it on clean, and the first thing I want to do on the neck and the middle is just see if the tone knobs actually do a great deal, because a lot of these cheap guitars, your tone is on or off. So let's see. So I'm going to start it with the tone right at the top. Okay, that's about number 7, so we've got from 10 to about 7. That's about 3, and that's all the way off. So, fair play. Yeah, so tone does work. It seems to have a bit of a top, middle and bottom really. I don't know how usable you would find those that tone being rolled off though. It's sounds pretty horrible, doesn't it, when it's super dark. Anyway, now the middle. Same thing. So it does work. So that's a plus. It's quite often on these cheap guitars, they just don't. Right, so I'm just going to go through these with just a few chords to get the feel for it on clean, and then I'll put it on the distortion channel. So far so good. Honestly, the ST-20 I had before, between the neck and the middle, there's just hardly any difference at all. There's definitely a difference in tones on those. This is neck and bridge. And then bridge on its own. Yeah, so you can see all those pickups do have their own individual tone, which is good, and they don't sound awful either, really. Sounds all right to me. A little bit on the middle. Sustain's okay as well, you know, but it's bolt on neck. Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, so middle sounds quite nice too, and I guess the bridge isn't, well, it's not really a clean kind of sound for a bridge. Yep, so you've got some good tonal variety. Let's just have a little blast on the Crunchy McCrunch channel. I'll take that bit off. Whoop. And that off. Bear with me. Whoop. Back on the neck. I don't think anyone really played the crunchy channel on the neck, so this is on the bridge instead. So, to my terrible playing, I think the takeaway from this, for me, just as someone, as I say, who's still a sort of beginner really, is it's a great guitar for the money. And if you're going to stay at home and play, happy days. If you like it enough to want to keep it forever, man, do some subtle upgrades to it, and that would be good. And in terms of the different tone options you get out of it, the pickups are surprisingly okay. You know, they all do sound different from one another. The bridge humbucker handles distortion. You know, it's okay. It's no better, no worse than the Squier I've got with the same pickup configuration. The neck, whilst not as slim as some, it might be a good thing for some people. And the flat radius might also suit some people. Yeah, beware, jumbo frets, not medium jumbo for sure, and you might need a little bit of setup. But overall, I think it's commendable for the cost. I might do a little comparison actually with my Squier in another video, just to give people an idea that for this, I mean, the Squier is a bit more expensive. It's they're about £110-ish in the UK, probably with free shipping in the UK as well. So it's a bit more than this, but I think I'll do a quick comparison to see what they're like, because that's an HSS as well, just to see if the pickups and the feel of it are any different. But yes, so thanks for watching. If you've got any comments, please please jot them down, and I'll always answer them. I appreciate that. Thank you for watching, and look after yourselves. I'll catch you next time.